Welcome to Emma's English.
Hey English learners, welcome back to Emma's English Talk, your cozy little place to learn real, everyday English through natural conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm Tom.
We are very happy to study with you again today.
Yes, we're ready for another fun topic.
Today, we're talking about a very small but very annoying daily problem.
Oh, I love talking about small problems. What is it?
It is something in our homes. It is about wires, cables, and phone chargers.
Ah, yes, that is a very big problem for me.
Really? Do you have many cables?
I have too many cables, Emma. They are in my drawers, on my desk, and on the floor.
I have the same problem. My cable drawer is very messy.
Messy? Oh, you mean not clean and not organized, right? With things everywhere?
Yes, exactly. It is not clean and nothing is in the right place.
My drawer is also very messy. It is full of old wires.
Why do we keep all these wires?
I do not know. I think we are afraid to throw them away?
Yes, we think maybe I will need this cable next year.
But we never use them.
We never use them and they just sit there. Today we will talk all about this common problem. It is a great way to learn simple, natural English.
And we will share some fun stories about our messy drawers.
I think our listeners will understand this struggle very well.
Yes, because almost everyone has a cable drawer.
Or a basket, or a box under the bed.
Or a bag full of random black and white cords.
Let us start our main conversation now and talk about it more.
I am ready. Let us go.
So, Tom, let us talk about your cable drawer first. Where is it?
It is in my living room under the television.
Is it a big drawer or a small drawer?
It is a medium drawer, but it is completely full.
What kinds of cables are in there?
There are phone chargers, computer chargers, camera wires, and old television cables.
Are they organized in nice, neat circles?
No, they are not. They are all mixed together.
Oh no, that sounds like a big problem.
Yes, they are completely tangled.
Tangled? Ah, that means the wires are twisted together in a messy knot, and it is difficult to separate them, right?
Yes, they are in a big knot. They look like a bowl of black spaghetti.
A bowl of black spaghetti. That is a funny picture.
It is funny, but it is not funny when I need to find a charger quickly.
Yes, when your phone has only 1% battery left.
Exactly. In that moment, I open the drawer and I see the big knot.
What do you do then?
I have to pull one wire, but the whole group of wires comes out together.
Yes, that is because they are so tangled.
I spend 5 minutes trying to untangle just one wire.
Untangle? Oh, you mean to make them straight and separate them again?
Yes, to make them neat and ready to use. It is a slow job.
I hate that job. It makes me feel very impatient.
Me too. I feel like my fingers are too big for these small knots.
Why do wires do that? Why do they twist together by themselves?
I think there is a magic monster in the drawer that twists them at night.
I believe that too. It is the only explanation.
I can put 2 cables in a drawer very neatly, and the next day they are knotted.
It happens to my headphones too, the ones with wires.
Yes, wired headphones are the worst for this.
I put them in my pocket for 5 minutes.
And when you take them out, they are in a perfect knot.
Yes, it is amazing. It is like a puzzle.
A puzzle that nobody wants to play.
True. Do you still use wired headphones, Tom?
Sometimes I do when my wireless headphones have no battery.
Ah, so you keep them as a spare pair.
A spare pair? Oh, you mean an extra pair? Ones that I do not use every day, but I keep for emergencies?
Yes, an extra pair. A spare is very useful to have.
Yes, I have a spare charger in my bag and spare headphones on my desk.
That is very smart. But spare items can also make more clutter.
That is true. I have about 10 spare cables that do not fit any of my current phones.
Why do you keep them then?
Because I think, what if my friend comes to my house with a very old phone?
That is very kind of you, but how often does that happen?
Never. It has never happened in 5 years.
I think you can safely throw those old cables away, Tom.
I know, but every time I hold them over the trash bin, I stop.
Why do you stop?
I feel like I'm throwing away something valuable.
But it is not valuable if you never use it.
You are right, Emma, but it is hard to let go.
I have old chargers from mobile phones I had 10 years ago.
10 years ago, phones were so different then.
Yes, the chargers were very big and heavy.
And each phone brand had a different shape of charger.
Yes, Nokia had a small round plug, and Motorola had a different one.
It was a very confusing time. Now most things use USB cables.
Yes, USB cables make life much easier.
But we still have too many of them.
Yes, because every new device we buy comes with a new USB cable.
That is true. I bought a small desk fan last week and it came with a white cable.
And did you put it in the cable drawer?
Yes, I did. I put it right on top of the other cables.
And now it is probably tangled with the others.
I'm sure it is. It's already part of the big spaghetti bowl.
This is a never-ending story.
It really is. We buy more devices, we get more cables, and the drawer gets fuller.
I think we need to find a solution.
What is your solution, Emma?
Some people use little plastic ties to bind each wire.
Ah, yes, or rubber bands.
Yes, rubber bands are very cheap and easy to find, but when I'm in a hurry, I do not want to take off a rubber band.
Yes, you just want to grab the wire and plug it in.
Exactly. I am lazy when it comes to cables.
I think many people are lazy about this.
It's just not a fun chore.
No, it is not. It's much more fun to watch television or read a book.
Or talk to our lovely listeners. Yes, definitely. Talking about messy cables is much better than organizing them.
I agree with you 100%.
But sometimes we have no choice. We must clean up.
Yes, when the drawer will not close anymore.
Has that happened to you?
Yes, last month, the drawer got stuck because a thick black cable was caught at the top.
That's the worst. Did you have to pull it hard?
Yes, I pulled it very hard and I heard a loud noise.
Oh no. Did the drawer break?
No, the drawer did not break, but the cable did.
Well, at least now you have one less cable to worry about.
That is a very positive way to look at it, Emma.
Let us continue talking about our cable problems, because I have another story.
Please share it. I want to hear.
Last week, I was looking for a charger for my old tablet.
Did you find it in your messy drawer?
Yes, but it took me 20 minutes.
20 minutes is a very long time.
Yes, because I had to try 5 different cables.
Why 5? Do they all look the same?
Yes, they all look like black USB cables, but the small metal end is slightly different on each one.
Ah, yes. One is micro USB, one is USB-C, and one is for an Apple phone.
Yes, they look almost identical to my eyes.
That is so frustrating. You think you have the right one, and then it does not fit.
Exactly. I tried to plug the first one in, but it was too big.
And the second one?
It was too small.
This sounds like the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yes, but with no happy ending.
Did you find the perfect one eventually?
Yes, the 5th one was the right one.
That is lucky, but 20 minutes of searching is too much.
By the time I found it, I did not want to use my tablet anymore.
Sometimes I just give up.
Give up? You mean you stop trying to untangle them because it is too hard?
Yes, I stop trying and just leave them. I go do something else, like make a cup of tea.
Making tea is much more relaxing than fighting with wires.
Yes, tea never gets tangled.
That is true. It is very simple.
Do you have cables in other rooms, Emma, or just in that one drawer?
I have them in my bedroom too, next to my bed.
Ah, the bedside table charger. That is a very important cable.
Yes, but it always falls behind the bed.
I hate that. Why does it always slide off the table?
Because the wire is heavy and gravity pulls it down.
Then you have to go on your knees and search under the bed in the dark.
Yes, it is very dusty down there.
And you hit your head on the table when you try to stand up.
How did you know that? Have you seen me?
No, but I do the same thing every week.
We really have the same life, Tom.
Yes, the life of a person with too many wires.
I saw a clever product online yesterday.
What was it?
It is a small magnetic clip. You put it on your bedside table and it holds the metal end of the cable.
That sounds amazing. Does it really work?
I do not know. I have not bought it yet.
You should buy it and tell me if it's good.
Maybe I will, but that is another thing to buy.
Yes, we buy things to solve problems, but then we have more things.
It is a circle of buying.
We need to sort out our cable drawers before we buy more things.
Sort out? Ah, you mean to organize them, put them in the right places, and make them neat.
Yes, to organize them so they're not messy anymore.
Yes, we really need to do that. Maybe this weekend.
We always say this weekend, but we never do it.
That is because we prefer to go to the park or cook a nice dinner.
Yes, cleaning a cable drawer is at the bottom of my to-do list.
It is not even on my list.
That is a very honest answer.
Well, I like to be honest with you and our listeners.
I think our listeners agree with us. They're probably looking at their own messy cables right now.
If you're listening to us while looking at a tangled wire, do not feel bad.
Yes, you are not alone. We are all in this together.
It is a global problem.
It really is. Every country has cables and every country has messy drawers.
I wonder if there's a country where people are very neat with their cables.
Maybe, but I think it's just human nature to be a little messy sometimes.
Yes, a little bit of mess is okay. It shows that we live in our homes.
Exactly. A perfect home is like a museum.
And who wants to live in a museum?
Not me. I like my cozy, slightly messy home.
Me too, with my tangled cables and all.
It gives the house character.
Yes, a very wire-filled character. Before we finish, thinking about our struggles with messy drawers reminded me of some great natural phrases we used today.
Yes, some very common words that are great for daily English.
Let us talk about them so our listeners can use them too.
The first word we talked about was messy.
Yes, I said my cable drawer is messy.
And I explained that messy means not neat or disorganized.
It is a very useful word. You can use it for many things.
Yes, like a messy room, messy hair, or a messy desk.
My hair is often messy in the morning.
Mine too. It is a very natural daily word.
The second word was tangled.
I said my wires are completely tangled in a big knot.
And tangled means twisted together, so they are hard to separate.
You can have tangled hair or a tangled necklace too.
Oh, a tangled necklace is also very difficult to fix.
Yes, those small chains are very hard to separate.
The third word we used was untangle.
This is the action word, the verb.
Yes, to untangle means to make something straight and neat again.
Like untangling a telephone cord or untangling a situation.
Yes, you can untangle a problem too.
That is a very nice way to use it.
The fourth word was spare.
You asked me if I have a spare pair of headphones.
Yes, and spare means extra, something you keep for when you need it.
We often say spare key, spare tire, or spare change.
I always keep a spare key with my neighbor.
That is very safe.
The fifth phrase was give up.
I said sometimes I just give up when I cannot untangle the wires.
And give up means to stop trying because something is too hard.
It is a phrasal verb, which is very common in English.
Yes, like do not give up on your English study.
That is a great example, Emma. Our listeners should never give up.
Never. You are all doing great.
And the last phrase was sort out.
Yes, we said we need to sort out our cable drawers.
Sort out means to organize or resolve a problem.
You can sort out your clothes, sort out your room, or sort out a misunderstanding.
It is a very natural British and American English phrase.
These 6 words are really helpful for daily life.
Yes, they are simple, but they make your English sound very natural.
Speaking of remembering new words, Did you know we have a PDF script available for this episode?
Oh really? That is wonderful. Where can our listeners find it?
They can find the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment.
That is very convenient. Is it free to download?
Yes, it is completely free. You can download it and read along while you listen.
Reading and listening at the same time is a great way to learn.
Yes, it helps you connect the sounds of the words with their spelling.
And you can practice shadowing, which means speaking in the same time as us.
Exactly. It is a very powerful tool for improving your pronunciation.
So please go and download the PDF script now.
And do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video.
Yes, your support helps us make more free lessons for English learners everywhere.
Thank you so much for being part of our English family.
We really appreciate every single one of you.
Alright, and speaking of reviewing, before we say goodbye today, let us do a quick review of our 6 target words.
Yes, a quick recap is always good for memory.
I will say the word and you can tell me the simple meaning, Tom.
I am ready. Let us do it.
The first word is messy.
Messy means not clean, not neat, or disorganized.
Great. The second word is tangled.
Tangled means twisted together in a messy knot.
Perfect. The third word is untangle.
Untangle means to separate twisted things and make them straight again.
Excellent. The fourth word is spare.
Spare means extra, something you keep for the future or for emergencies.
Wonderful. The fifth phrase is give up.
Give up means to stop trying to do something.
And the last one is sort out.
Sort out means to organize things or solve a problem.
You did a fantastic job, Tom.
Thank you, Emma. It was easy because we used them so much today.
Yes, repetition is key for learning.
I hope our listeners feel more confident with these words now.
I am sure they do. They are very smart.
What about you guys? Do you have a messy cable drawer at home?
How do you handle your tangled wires? Do you use rubber bands or do you just give up like Tom?
Yes, we really want to read your answers in the comments below.
Please write to us. We love to read your stories and chat with you.
Thank you for listening to Emma's English Talk today.
Have a wonderful day, keep practicing your English, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.